Good morning, guys. Very windy today in Southern California. So, you guys see the title of this video? It was actually about a week ago at the McDonald's near my job. I believe I was there. Obviously getting a coffee, if not some food. And I'm standing in line, and there was this lady with some two young kids. Presumably a brother and a sister. And as they're standing in line, I noticed the grandma. I would assume it was the grandma. I don't think I used presumably properly, but I assume it was the grandmother. And the kids are talking about what they're going to get, or they're just talking, you know. I think either the boy or the girl have glasses. The grandma's like I want to say she knows English and Spanish. She has a Spanish accent. But she knows, you know, like her kids are probably considered Chicanos. These kids seem like good kids, you know. They're raised properly. They get along well together. They're kind of like little, I don't know, like not babyish kids, you know. Maybe one's like 8 and one's 9 or something. They weren't older than 10, but they spoke. They knew how to speak. They were talkative. Little respectful kids. And but they're talking, you know, they're comfortable talking to each other, standing near their grandmother, talking. Again, I'm assuming it's the grandmother. And once they get up to the, I want to say podium, or once the worker, which was a young lady, English speaking, I don't know, maybe she's like early 20s. She's asking, you know, she's there to take their order. And the grandmother looks at the kids and she says, order. Like, here you go. Let her know what you want. And it was interesting because you could see that the kids, it's like that confidence went out the window. That comfortability of speaking to each other. But as soon as they had to like tell some person who was taking their order what they wanted, some thoughts in their mind were clouding their decision making, like what they wanted, you know. They knew what they wanted, you know, or maybe they didn't know exactly, or maybe they look up. There's so many factors going on. It's this older person, you know, they don't see it as like a young 20-year-old, they see it as someone older than them. They're looking at the menu, they're probably maybe a confidence level of like, I can't read everything on this menu, or maybe the idea of so many choices maybe made them confused. And I even thought, because like they were 9 and 10, and the little boy went first, and he was a little like, it took him a little while, right? He wasn't like, I'll get a 2-piece chicken nugget, or I'll get 2 hamburgers with a side of fries. It was more like the little boy had to work through it, you know? Which took patience from all sides, the grandma, and even the young worker, you know, like she could have been like, come on, lady, just order the food. I was very impressed by her. I even told her after, like, you handled that very well. It's like you were noticing where these young kids were. Like you were noticing when they were getting a little confused, or where they a little, you know, short on confidence. Like whenever there would be a pause, she was like, well, you can either get fries or, because what happened was, I think now I remember. So the little boy is probably like 9 or 10. No older than that. He couldn't be, I want to say maybe like 7 or 8. But the little boy ordered a Happy Meal. And maybe something inside him, like there was an idea that, am I too old for a Happy Meal? And I think because he had to say, oh, I want a Happy Meal out loud. Like if he just said, Grandma, give me a Happy Meal. You know, she would have to order it. And he wouldn't have to say anything, you know. But since he was the one who had to like say, oh, I want a Happy Meal. And he was the one that it had to come out of his mouth. Maybe he thought like, oh shit, no, like I have to let it be known that I'm 8 years old and I still want a Happy Meal. You understand what I'm saying? I know people that get Happy Meals just because of the small portion of food. And maybe they share the toy with their kid or something. Or it's cheaper. It's like less than $6 for a Happy Meal. Maybe, I don't know. Like, I'm just trying to be funny. Maybe they're fucking weird or something, but it's not weird. Fuck it. But so I'm sitting back noticing it. You know, I'm noticing that this grandmother is allowing her. And then the girl stepped up too, and you can still see also the same thing where it was like they weren't really speaking up as well. They weren't as comfortable as they were when they were talking to each other, and it could have also been like the same. Maybe she was under, like, I don't know. Like the little boy set the tone, you know, like, oh shit. He just spoke up and said he wanted a Happy Meal. And then she said the same thing, well, I want a Happy Meal. It was funny, like, I just thought that was really cool from the grandmother. Some people would have thought she was being harsh. It was like a little uncomfortable feeling in a sense, because everybody, I mean, not everybody, I did at least, I interpreted it, I took on the emotion of what was going on. I was like, oh, these little kids. But it's like when something's unsmooth and you sand it down, you know, you have to get comfortable with everything. That's how everything could be seen. At first it's rough. It's like a song, or when you first write something, or you're cleaning your room that's so dirty, and like it comes together little by little. Things start to come together little, or you're cutting grass. And everything comes together little by little, you know? It's like anything, like you can tell they're gonna get more confidence. And just to hurry up on that note, yeah, the grandmother, like she was teaching them life skills, you know? I thought that was really cool. I even like, when it's funny, she was looking around to see, like, you know, it's like natural, you notice that a lot. Like when somebody speaks up or says something, they'll look around and see who's looking at them, or if they're really insecure. But even naturally, people have inclination. So she was kind of looking around to see like who might have been judging her, like, oh, that grandma's fucked up. Or I think that's brilliant, actually. It's gonna benefit those kids, you know. And of course, I thought about my kid right away. I immediately thought about my child, and like implementing that with her, you know, having her order for herself, just so she can learn. I've done that, you know. I'm going to continue, and that was the reason why I wanted to speak about it, is for you guys to do the same thing, you know. That's autonomy. That's showing them autonomy. That's showing them independence. That's showing them that they have their own voice and their own decision making, and to understand how they feel about certain decisions they make, or maybe they be like, Grandma, they're gonna come, like when they're like 11, they're not gonna want to say it out loud, like, I want a Happy Meal. Then if they do, they're gonna separate it from being like things don't have to be just because you're a kid. Like, that's other people's opinion, you know. They're gonna start understanding how they feel when they start thinking about what other people think, and realize, I don't like that. You know, I don't like how other people think. Maybe I like to collect these toys. Maybe I like to draw, or I like cartoons, or, you know, instead of being correlating it to like just being like, I don't know. There's a lot of factors, and I just think these children are being taught well. There's a benefit of having older people in your life, you know, because they have wisdom. And I would say that she was being stern and very assertive with them, very direct. So, and yeah, I just think it's for parents, you know, y'all could do the same, and I don't know, teach your kids independence, and No one, and then when the young people are going to be around their friends, and they're going to notice like their friends don't order for themselves, or they're going to feel like, oh, I've done this before. This is not something new. I do this with my grandma. Whenever I hang out with her all the time, she makes me order my own food, and that teaches other people, etc. So, yeah, that was my morning video. Peace, y'all.